All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is the statue in New York City. Let's go ahead and talk about it because I've been silent. Taking it all in, trying to see it from various different perspectives and not make a judgment, a preconceived notion or judgment about what this statement piece means and what they're trying to communicate to the world about Black women. No blessings, no fear, no stress, no overextending, no L, just lessons. My first reaction to the statue of the Black woman in New York City, I thought to myself, oh, no, they didn't. Oh, no, they didn't. They trying to come for us, ladies. No, what you trying to say? What are you trying to say, guy who made this statue? I thought to myself, art is supposed to make the audience reflect back what is within them. I mean, let's break down the image, shall we? Let's break it down. You see a Black woman. She had some basic, what looks like basic box braids. Okay. An oversized t-shirt. What looks like some bottoms, some jeans, whatever, slacks, and some plain tennis shoes. Now her fashion, I like to think we're a fashionable bunch. But apparently, through this image, stay with me, she's just an average, everyday Black woman. And I thought to myself, so not only are they telling us, to me, this is how I was seeing it and reviewing it in my head, was that not only are they telling me in the world that Black women are overweight, we're basic. Wow. Basic fashion, we just basic. As basic as it can get. It didn't look like the Black woman was attractive. It didn't look like she was wanted and sought after. She just looked like she was just merely existing. Hand on the hip. What is that suggesting? Like, and we're strong. I'm going to stand in my strength. I'm big, basic, and so what? Is that what this image is telling us? And then I thought even more. I'm like, okay. Let's think of the average woman. We're not talking about the celebrity that gets dressed and has a makeup artist that flies in and does their hair and role group and, all of that and all of this. But then there's everyday working men and women like me and you, right? And sometimes you do just want to put on that oversized shirt. Okay, don't act all bougie because there has been actually a lot of y'all is lying. If you can say you've never left your home basic, tired, drained, burned out, okay, and was looking basic, it happens because we're human. But I would have to say, however, my grandmother has always taught me to get dressed, put your best on, look good, but sometimes you just don't look like how you feel. Sometimes you do look like how you feel. If you're going through it, if you're having a moment of, different emotions or feelings or whatever it is, seasons you're going through, what I'm saying, you might not feel like getting up out of bed that morning, depending on what life situations throws at you, right? So, but you're still making it one day at a time. So although initially I wanted to reject this woman, this image, but then as I thought about it in some way, shapes, or form, this image is speaking to me. This image is speaking to me. Okay. There's been a time where I've worn an oversized shirt somewhere in my life somewhere and some jeans and just look basic. I have done that. So for me to act like as a Black woman, I haven't showed up in the world like that at some point would be a lie. It could be three individuals seeing a situation unfold, and all three individuals will have a different perspective of what they took from the incident. And it's the same way with this piece of art. It's just a reflection of what we see within ourselves or how we view ourselves in the world. And so Black women, that image spoke volumes to me. I went to my husband and I asked him, I was like, honey, they trying to come for Black women. What they trying to say? We fat? What they trying to say? But my husband, who is a student doctor, brought up Black women and the obesity rates and how we are the most overweight out of all of the other nationalities of people. It sparked me to want to go and look at the statistics, and they are alarming. So then it made me want to look deeper. This brother who made this piece of art as a reflection of what he sees as a Black woman, but he's married to a woman that's not Black. And I also thought that was different. Like, that's something to think about as well. Like, here you have a Black man making imagery about Black women, and he's not even married to a Black woman. That's something to think about. I would love to sit with him and ask him some questions centered around where did the thoughts behind this creation. But nonetheless, I feel like it's speaking to us. I feel like it's speaking to us as Black women, that we got to start getting serious about who we are. We are beautiful Black queens. We are beautiful. Like, we are mother. And I'm going to give a whole lesson on when I call us mother, why I call us mother. We are the first. And it is a heavy crown to bear. But nonetheless, we were graced with the anointing to walk in such beauty. Even though our people have gone through so much, even though we as women still go through a lot now, but we have to know that it's time for us to get back on our thrones as Black women. We're intelligent. We're beautiful. We're passionate. We're mothers. We're wives. We're sister friends. We're cousins. We are all of that from the image. And a lot of women were saying, that's your grandmother. That's your auntie. That's your Big Bertha. That's in your family. And yes, I do have beautiful, voluptuous women in my family. But I never sat and thought about our weight. Time for us to truly come into full understanding of who we are and what we represent and what God wants us to represent. We are fly, we are beautiful, we are all of that, but we also have some obvious opportunity for growth, and that's okay too. But we have to first recognize, yes, there is a problem. There are a lot of things that come with being obese. As sisters, we got to start holding each other accountable to our exercise, eating a lot better. We already know what they're doing to the foods, the GMO foods, meats that they're making, the crap that they're putting in our food. We see it. We know, okay, the toxins that they're putting in our products. Like, we're gaining awareness as a people of these things, but it's time for us to do something about it and not just see it and be in awe of it and talk about it. We actually got to walk it out. So we got to be responsible to each other. Like, hey, let's get our workout in. Let's take care of our bodies. Let's start eating a little bit more salads. Let's start drinking a few more waters. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start holding each other accountable. Let's go for a walk, And even myself, as I moved here down south, I would have to say I am the biggest that I've ever been. And sometimes I even kind of like, do I want to pull out the scale? What I'm saying? Because I've always been a thin but curvy girl, but thin girl. And so now I'm starting to pick up the weight in certain places. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I don't want this to get out of control. My husband loves it. He's not complaining, but I'm complaining because I don't want it to get out of control. I don't want it to get to a point where you just let yourself go. And we have to recognize that too. Like, what have we let go in this process of life? Because life be lifing. But we still have to make ourselves a priority, although we are still going through the process, right? As we're still going through life, we still have to show up, right? And so showing up is taking accountability of our lives, taking accountability of how we want to see ourselves in the world, what we need to do for our health, how we need to take care of ourselves, our families. Just, we need to get back to that, so it has to be a shift in us just getting through life, us just making it by and by, and actually showing up, ready for the opportunity, ready for what's ahead of us with a positive growth mindset. And I know we can do it. I am super confident that we can do it. I know we can do it. We have to start being more of our sisters keepers and keeping each other accountable. Okay. Accountable to us showing up as our best selves, us showing up as I see us, because we are such beautiful creations to witness and see and experience. So we got to start getting clear about ourselves and focused on ourselves. First way we're going to get back to us, let me also add, is by getting in relationship with God. God is going to start helping you through the Spirit see things within yourself that need to be worked on. Because sometimes, let's talk about it, when you are in disobedience or you are operating in what's not going to help you grow, you sometimes don't recognize it because you've been in this programming, right? We all have been programmed, right? We all have been programmed through life, through our experiences, through education. We have all been indoctrinated. We are all in a programming, mental programming, but we have to outgrow that programming. And in order to outgrow that programming, you have to get back to the connection of God. God is the connect. God is the connect to everything that we need to do to get back into our proper place as women of God, as women of value, as women of excellence. So that's going to require a lot more. This video isn't speaking to all women because, of course, there are going to be some women that reject this video, and sister girl, this video is not for you. But I'm talking to the women who are like, enough is enough. This is our time. This is our season to start pouring back into us, to start making our own lives a priority and pouring into our value. And as there is such an agenda to keep Black women viewed as the bottom of the totem pole. And also I want to say, just because you are big does not mean you have to be content that way. You can change tomorrow. You can make a decision and say, I want to be something new. I want to show myself as what I see myself as. You can grow into that. You can be that person now. You don't have to wait to some perfect hour, some perfect day, when someone comes into your life, when you have all the right friends, when you have all the right experiences and all the right people and all that great stuff. No, start now. Start now, because that vibration is going to bring more abundance to you. You got to start thinking in the right way. And we can do it. We can undo the chains of the programming. We can come out of this box that we've been in for so long. We can change and be whoever we want to be in this universe, in this dimension. We can do it. We just have to start taking accountability. And I know the big A is a big word for a lot of us. Yes, I said it. Accountability. But we can do it. We got this. I know we do. So ladies and gentlemen, leave your comments on my video below and let me know your thoughts on the imagery. What did you think? What did you take from it? And let's have a wonderful conversation around our views. Until next time, God bless. Bye. Thank you for joining me.